Hey, it's Brooke from the cottage. It's a beautiful, beautiful summer, late June day. I think the kids are all off school now. And summer is still a time to get stuff done, at least around my house. And I don't normally take a lot of time off in the summer. I will this summer. But last week we talked about using a timer for increasing our productivity, like a lot, increases mine anyway. And I told you the two ways that I use the timer to do that. This week I want to talk about a popular timer technique called the Pomodoro Method or the Pomodoro Technique. It's been around for 30 years and a lot of people use it, but I want to tell you why it's not a good thing for me. And it may not be a good thing for you. It's a little counterproductive. The Pomodoro Technique has been around for, I think, probably 30 years or so, and it's a timer-based productivity method. You can actually buy these little tomato timers because Pomodoro is an actual type of tomato sauce. I haven't really gotten into the research as to why they call it this, but regardless, you can buy these cute little tomato timers and set them till your heart's content. So the Pomodoro technique involves setting your timer in 25-minute intervals where you shut off all distractions, you put your phone on airplane mode, and you work on the task at hand for 25 minutes. And after 25 minutes, your cute little tomato buzzes and you stop and you take a short break, like a 5-minute break. After maybe it's 5. I think it's 4 of these Pomodoros, and a Pomodoro is the stretch of 25 minutes. You stop and you take a longer break, like 20 or 30 minutes. So for some people, this can work well. The method's been around for 30 years or so. It is obviously working for some people. They are selling these tomato timers. However, for me, it doesn't work at all. And I want to tell you why. And it may be the same reason it may not work for you. Every time the tomato timer goes off, it's an interruption. So if I am working away on something and every 25 minutes I need to stop, take a break, pull away from what I'm doing, it takes time to then get back into the task at hand. Now, I suppose you could just not and keep going. But then that's not really the Pomodoro method. The Pomodoro method is to stop, take a break, and then get back into it. And I guess if you're somebody that really thrives and your brain thrives off a lot of breaks during the day, and I'm sure that there are some things, maybe really, really repetitive tasks where that would be helpful for you. But if I'm getting into something, I want to get into something. And I'll explain how I use the timer. I did that in the last video, but I'll explain it again in just a second. So they did a study at the University of California at Irvine that said it takes an average of 23 minutes to get back into a task once you've been interrupted. So if I'm working for 25 minutes and then I'm stopping and I'm forcing myself to take a break, if I want to go back into that task after 5 minutes, it could take me. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen, but this is an average. It could take me the whole next Pomodoro just to get back into the task, and then the thing is going to go off again. That just doesn't work for me. Here's how I use the timer for my productivity. I use it in 2 ways. I use it when I know I have to stop. If I know that I'm going to get involved in something and I have to stop to move on to something else, or something bad is going to happen, like I'm going to miss an event or I'm going to miss doing something else that has to be done that day, I'll use the timer. I have to stop myself to pull myself out of the task. The other way I use the timer is if I'm feeling very, very resistant or I'm having major procrastination over a certain task, and I will set the timer for 25 minutes and check in with myself after 25 minutes to see where I'm at. If I'm feeling okay, because it takes a bit of time to get your brain wrapped around something, especially if it's something that you don't want to do. So after 25 minutes, if I'm now in it, the timer goes off and I go. If after 25 minutes I'm still struggling, I'm still looking around the room for other things to do, wanting to now scrub my baseboards, I need to stop and take a break and maybe today's not the day to do that task. Is that something that I maybe need to outsource and get somebody else to do because it's really not in my best interest to do it? Is it something that I can automate in the future, or is there a new system that can do that task? Whatever. So for me, the Pomodoro technique, other than having a cute little tomato timer, which I already have on my phone, it's not the best thing for me. Because of the interruptions. I think that is counterproductive, and especially if you've got into the deep work or the flow of something, you want to stay there as long as possible and ride that wave and get that work done. Let me just conclude by saying, if you do think that you're the type of person that works better with small increments of focused work and then a break, and then by all means the Pomodoro technique is probably one for you. There's all sorts of apps that you can get on Mac and your iPhone. I will link to some of them in the notes here. And if you're the type of person that can get into something and really stick with it, I would suggest using a timer for specific things, procrastination to get into something, or to stop something if you need to. You can even buy the cute little tomato timer. You can buy it. So it's pretty adorable. But don't hold yourself to a technique that doesn't work for you. We're all different. We all work different ways, and you got to do what's working for you and what makes you the most productive. So play around with the two of them if you don't even know, and see what works the best. And if you like this video, please like it and also subscribe to my channel so I can continue making more. Have a wonderful, beautiful summer day. Bye.